Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
I'm Count Jackula.
And today we're going to talk about The Seed, which is a Shudder original movie about three women that go, I guess, on vacation in this house in the middle of the desert, and an alien lands in their backyard.
Yep.
And then weird sexual stuff happens.
If you like Extra,
yeah,
you will love this movie.
Extra. What was that one Mexican film we watched once with the alien in the barn? And there was like a sex cult around the alien in the barn. Well, not sex cult. It's like 4 people. But like,
that would. It was something like The Dispossessed.
I'll put the title right here of that movie. If you like that movie too, you'll probably like this movie. Though this movie is way more low budget than Extra or that movie feel, and this movie is a lot more sleazy, whereas both those films feel a lot more art house.
It's funny comparing to saying the Extra feels art house.
Compared to this.
Oh no, like this one is definitely like the whole deal is like slime sex.
Yes.
It's the whole deal.
Yeah, and so it's these 3 women. They're trying to figure out what the fuck's up with this alien, and the alien starts to seduce them. Like, that's the plot of the movie.
That's the plot of the movie. And the thing is that these old bitches.
Yeah.
You there's one where you're like, oh, well, she's not so bad. She's probably okay.
Yeah, she's better than the other 2.
Yeah, better than the other 2, and then you're just sort of like, oh no, these just got to go.
Well, it's because I don't think all 3 of them are, but at least 1 or 2 of them are like influencers.
Yeah, one of them's like a major like Instagram influencer.
Yeah, and the other, and she keeps roping.
Or trying to be.
She keeps like roping the other 2 into her content, even though like at least one of them doesn't want to be.
Yeah,
and the other one's like, I'm fine with it, but like, why are you being such a cunt about it? And it's like she's not being a cunt. It's forcing this on her is kind of being cuntish. You know?
There's mean girl shit happening.
But then alien sex happens. And here's the thing about this. Like, if you're thinking this is like Earth Girls Are Easy, and these are like sexy aliens played by like Jeff Goldblum or some shit, no, not in the slightest. This alien looks like a little fucking like otter or something.
It's like a fetus.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it looks like the thing for fucking Eraserhead.
Yeah. It kind of looks like Eraserhead. It looks like it could be a fucking Pokemon, but like one of those really creepy live action renditions of a Pokemon.
Yeah.
If this was in real life, it would look really creepy. Like,
it's just like, ah! And
it's tiny too. It's like it's like this fucking big, like.
Yeah, and there are a lot of shots of that thing like in a bed. Like it was like a sleazy dude with like the blanket up here and all that shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And you keep the thing I liked about it is that you keep waiting for this movie to make like some sort of great, statement about humanity. No. Alien slime fucking. That's why you came. That's what the movie delivers.
The other 2 movies we described earlier with the alien sex, those 2 movies are about things.
Yeah.
They have these like more artistic statements they're trying to make, or they're delving into something deeper within the characters that explores the human condition. This movie's not that at all.
Yeah. What would you say Extra is? Like the alienation of fatherhood?
It kind of delves into stuff like that.
That's not necessarily why you watch the movie, but it's there.
There's also a little bit something about birth and rebirth happening within that movie, and you can read into that. There's nothing like that in this movie you can really read into. No. This is just alien comes down, these 3 women are bitches, and now they're being seduced by alien thing. What the fuck are they gonna do? That's the movie.
Yeah. It's a very kind of straightforward, like sleazy sexual creature feature.
And it's very low budget, but despite that, all the effects with the puppet, the little alien puppet, really does work. It works really
they
well.
do a lot with a little. Really, really, really good.
It's not scary, but it is fun.
It is. It gets a little gross.
Okay, it does get gross.
It gets grody, but it doesn't. It doesn't do big scares.
This feels like the kind of movie that, like, in a couple months, Joe Bob's gonna do or something.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally. Like this. Actually, it might be a little tame for Joe Bob.
That's true.
Movie.
That's true. To a certain extent, it might be, which is weird saying that given what we just talked about.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there's
no plot getting in the way of this
no, there's
movie.
no plot getting in the way of this movie. Like, I gotta hand it to the makers of this film. They knew what movie they were making.
Oh, they did.
They knew what movie they were making, and that is so fucking important.
I want to say this, like, even though we talked about like the three ladies kind of being bitches in this movie, they are still funny.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, this is one of those comedies where everyone's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, and you're kind of not supposed to really sympathize.
No.
You're supposed to be like, well, that was a dumb thing to do.
Yep.
Well, I'd pay the consequences of that stupid mistake.
You're supposed to be laughing. It's like that Seth Rogen movie, This Is the End.
This is the end, yeah.
Yeah, where everyone is a piece of shit, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's actually some thematic similarities between those two movies, which we'll talk about in the spoiler section.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Like, this movie's a lot of fun. This movie is a lot of fun.
And it's very short. It's super short.
Yeah. It's a lean 90-minute film.
Yep. You'll be in and out quicker than that alien was in and out all these women.
Yeah. And I was actually really surprised at how much of the alien sex scenes there were. Oh, yeah. Usually that's like, that's the thing you kind of skimp on.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, like, no, it actually... It knew how to time it. It knew how much to put in.
For most of this movie, it definitely feels like a movie that was made in the modern day, right down to the fact that it kind of feels like a low-key pandemic movie.
It does.
We have this small location and just these three characters and a puppet.
Exactly.
And we're just going to roll with that. And then there's one other character that shows up later. This one dude who's supposed to do like the landscaping, and they try to pay him to get rid of the alien, but they don't realize it's an alien at that point. They just think it's like a meteorite.
Yeah, or some like fucked up animal.
Yeah. That died and smells like shit.
Yeah.
So it's a very small cast, very isolated location, kind of like Hellbender was.
Yeah.
And much like that, feels like it was made during pandemic conditions, but they make it work. But despite that, once it gets to like the effects part, when it starts showing like the alien and like its weird sex montages,
yeah.
It starts to feel like an 80s
Yeah. That's where it starts to feel like The Beyond or something.
Yeah. It starts to have that vibe. It doesn't have the same type of budget that The Beyond had from Beyond had.
But they had multiple puppets.
But they when they do film that stuff, it is wet puppets like the 80s stuff.
Yes. Yeah, it's if you've seen The End of Society, you have an idea.
Yeah, you have an idea. It's like low budget that scene.
Yeah.
A little bit. Anyway, I definitely recommend this movie. It's not going to blow your mind, but you're going to have a fun time with it.
Yeah.
Especially if you like these kind of weird, hypersexual, sleazy exploitation films.
Yeah. If you like that kind of stuff, and I know we do.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy this movie. If you're just sort of like, nah, that doesn't sound like my bag, watching it is not going to change your mind.
But it is a lot of, how like the Purple Man in Jessica Jones would like influence people into doing what he wants, and that included sex. There's a little bit of that with the alien.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So like, if that type of like highly influenced sexual assault bothers you, then just be a little wary going in. But know this, it's really not presented that way. It's presented more like how alien abductions are in alien abduction stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like how in every alien abduction story, it becomes this weird, creepy, like drugged out montage with like anal probing and shit.
Yes. Yeah.
It's presented a lot more like that. That's actually
a really good point. That's probably the idea.
Yeah, exactly. That's much more like how it's presented than as a straight up rape scene. But,
yeah. Like this is the kind of scene that's written when you're like kind of everyone who's making is kind of giggling,
But that being said, I felt like I should warn you anyway, because those undertones are kind of there regardless, just because of the nature of it. Even in those alien abduction stories, it's still technically rape.
Yeah. If you see alien abduction stories as like an analogous to rape, then like this one is not any.
Yeah. And if that's a thing you can't handle, then just be warned. And with that said, my fellow gorehounds, we're going to move on to the spoilers. There's not too much to talk about with this movie, but there is a couple things that happens towards the end of this movie that are just straight up spoilers. So let's move on to that.
One of my favorite, like, kind of visual gags in this movie is watching that little go-kart go from the left to the right of the screen.
Yeah.
Like, when you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you'll be looking at a road, and then all of a sudden, like, the girls in the golf cart will be like, dee 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 dee. And then they go somewhere, and then they come back, dee 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 dee.
It's a really funny visual gag every time.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're just sort of like, it's definitely that, like, tragedy from a distance.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're like, they just come back from, like, finding, like, a dead person and shit.
Well, because it's that thing when you take, like, it's a hyper serious situation and we're gonna fucking, oh shit, we just found a dead body, I better go warn everyone else. But then you cut to, like, a wide shot of a golf cart, which is inherently a lot slower than a car.
Yeah.
Just kind of, like...
Yeah. Oh my god, we gotta warn everybody!
You know? It's just inherently funny, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, over the course of this movie, the major spoiler that's really in is that they discover over the course of this movie that there's more than one alien and it's actually a full-on alien invasion.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't realize it was an invasion at the time because, like, this is just like
they're
first
in the desert.
wave, and they're in the desert,
and they're intentionally cut off from everything.
Yeah,
because they wanted on vacation, and once the alien arrives, their cell phones don't even work anymore, so they don't even get like reception.
Yeah. They can't even like call to leave.
You know, but there's like a full-on alien invasion going on. So even when like the main character tries to like defeat the alien and survive all its bullshit, like it's not gonna matter. This is the end. Much like this is the end.
Much like this is the end. This is the end.
Oh, that's the major spoiler. Other than that, they kind of figure that out because there's another lady that lives nearby and she's been studying the aliens. I don't know how. She's
They don't explain that, but somehow she has knowledge of the aliens.
Yeah, and they like find her dead body and shit. She obviously like committed suicide.
Yeah, my favorite, I think my favorite actor in the movie is the one who plays the mean influencer.
Oh
girl.
yeah, she's
because
great.
When she starts losing her mind, she makes the best fucking faces.
Yeah, she does. And I also love, like, she was great doing that juxtaposition between the way she was before the alien's influence and then when she turns.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Because it actually is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another spoiler. Yeah. He's not just fucking them to fuck them. He's fucking them to basically impregnate them, but in a way that turns them into the alien.
Yeah.
So they all turn into their own little alien little creatures at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's fucked up. And the effect when it happens at the end is fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
And I say effect,
like,
it's a series of effects that are cut together.
God, yeah. Because she's not only is she like mutating, she's like giving birth at the same time.
And she's like giving birth to herself.
Yeah.
So she's like going like inside out into becoming the alien.
Yeah. I just like, what the fuck is going on?
It's fucking gnarly.
Oh,
it's
man.
fucking gnarly. Like, I can't recommend this movie enough. It's got great gooey wet puppets.
Yeah. This movie is a lot of fun. This movie's a lot of fun if you have a twisted sense of humor. Which we certainly do.
I did like that scene at the end when the fucking farmer dude shows up.
Oh, dude.
And thinks that she's just beating a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
But it's actually one of the alien influenced people.
Yeah.
So he shoots her, the main character, who actually survives the shot, and tries to save the pregnant lady, only for him to get fucking killed by the alien.
Yeah, because I think she like fucking shoots his head off and eats him or something. Yeah, like what the hell?
This movie goes pretty buck wild for having such a low budget at the end.
Yeah. It was really nice to like see a movie that like went just completely ape shit.
Oh yeah. It's also inherently funny when it cuts to like the alien's face and then like the sexy porn music starts.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's got this really like fucking like puppety face that just looks so stupid.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's got this little sucker mouth like.
That's the other thing. It just makes noises like that.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, God.
It doesn't like start talking and all of a sudden it's Barry Manilow or some shit. No. It's just like...
You know, it's like, oh, dude. It's so repulsive.
You kind of, what was the God, there's like a movie poster the alien reminds me of, but I can't remember the name of the movie, so it's pointless now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh well.
That wasn't Creature?
No, but that's a good one. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep comparing it to the thing fucking Eraserhead, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison because it does have that kind of fetus kind of look going on.
Yeah.
It's like a weird cross between like a fetus and like an armadillo or something. It's got like a weird.
Yeah, it's really, really gnarly.
Kudos to the creature designer in this movie because
the people who actually built that thing. Damn.
Whoever designed it gave it a truly unique design to the point where I would not mistake it for anything else.
No,
you like
wouldn't.
If I were to see it, I'd be like, oh, that's the creature from Seed.
Yep.
You know? Or the Seed.
Yeah.
Which that's the way. That's why it's called the Seed because it impregnates all the ladies. You know, it's spreading the seed. Exactly.
You know.
So yeah, this is going to be a really short vlog because there's not too much to talk about other than that. We've covered all the bases.
It's just a very high recommendation if you have a very sick sense of humor.
I do want to stress this though, even like I said. Despite the fact that I'm calling the characters bitches, the actresses do a great job in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
They play their characters perfectly. They're hilarious. And their turns from when they're like their normal selves to when they're their seduced selves to when they're turning into aliens, it's all great performances.
Yeah.
Like, even though this is really low budget and they're obviously like they're no one's Meryl Streep.
No,
but
like
surprisingly
everyone
great.
is able to go from this sort of strange, grotesque science fiction story to like the OC on like a dime, you know. You're just sort of like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, no, you got the right three actresses for this.
Cannot recommend this movie enough. And where can they find you, Count Jackula?
Oh, you can find me on Twitter at Counting Jack, where I put out all kinds of wonderful things. And
so
also,
you put out like the alien does.
I put out like the alien does, yeah.
Gotcha.
And one of those is sometimes when I am streaming on my YouTube channel. So if you want to stay hooked in for when that happens, you can follow me at Counting Jack, or you can also follow me at Satanic Jackula on Instagram. What about you?
There's going to be someone who's watching this for the first time and they're going to think that you have like an OnlyFans or something. And you're doing that weird TikTok thing where people can't talk about sex. So they like insert like codes. Anyway, y'all know me. I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, and Facebook. Just look up the Horror Guru or Blood Splattered Cinema, and I'll be there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you're notified of our videos immediately upon their upload. And if you'd like to help out either of us more directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages. And remember, if you decide to go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way. And I didn't have a hashtag predetermined for this one. Do you have a hashtag idea for this?
Hashtag.
How do you spell that?
Splut.
Splut, okay. Hashtag Splut. If you made it this far into the vlog, then I want you to comment below, and be sure to comment below hashtag Splut. That way I know, that way Jack knows, that way the whole world knows you watch this vlog all the way through. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, we got one more vlog we're going to record, and then we're going to call it a night. So peace out, and I'll catch y'all later.